Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 8th episode of Kakushigoto. And last episode, the household got a dog. We had some ups and downs making that work, but we eventually got one. And it was a special dog because it was the descendant rather, of an older doggy, like the one that the mother had in the cool portrait, and it's all just kind of connected and magical. It's pretty cool, but the important thing is we have a doggy. Everything else is kind of secondary to that. So, because, everybody was excited about getting the dog, even people that weren't actually getting the dog. Just this is what happens, really. But we also have the group of friends that Hime has actually follow her to the place that she went. Apparently Riko's idea to tail her. And even Ichigo-sensei showed up, so yeah, I'm not quite sure what events led us to get to this point, really. Like, did she let them know she was coming here, or did they just find out some other way? I don't really know exactly, but the plot thickens for sure, having them being a part of it. So anyway, let's get into it and see what else. Oh yeah, also Hime made food from a recipe that was heavily implied to be one that the mother also made food using. So yeah, that was also an important thing. So, but anyway, like I said, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. There he is. Yeah. We could call him Fluffy. Okay, go to... Well, it's not permanent, so... Otherwise, we just couldn't just call him Fluffy. Hachiko. Bum 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 bum. The doggy seems so energetic, too. Wonder how he feels about the name. Everyone working harder than they're just there, eating ice cream. Oh yeah, also, Ichiko-sensei mentioned having good and bad news, neither of which we heard yet. Maybe we'll get that this episode. In fact, I would be surprised if we didn't. But it would most likely be near the end. Rough draft. How rough are we talking? Yeah, that's a good point. I see how it is. Some of those names are a bit, That's why I give that numbers. Because nobody's going to use a number as a permanent name. Yeah, we got to give him a real name before it sticks. It's asking a lot. But wasn't he in front of her? I don't know, I blinked. Hachi. Go with Hachi. Actually, Shido's not bad. I'm trying to think of a name. Can you help me with that lady? Goat. Okay, I see. I guess we got something figured out. I think you may have just misunderstood, but okay. His name now. You may have figured something out there. Yeah, even though she didn't mean to be. Yeah, really gonna let some receptionist lady name your dog? But I guess if we're happy with it, then it's fine. Okay. Some calligraphy here. I guess that's how she got her name. That's nice. A very fitting name. I couldn't think of a better name for her, personally. Well, she gets a kick out of it. It was pretty cute. That's kind of surprising. It really is. I like it. It's fine. Yes. Like Discord, when you have a name and you change it, people still call you your original name. Scribble harder. How about we not do that? It's like a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea, that's why. Okay, we'll see how it works out, I guess. They got close. It wouldn't. If anything, you're just gonna come across as being lazy, so. Yeah, no. You may think that's best, but not everyone does. Oh. Well, we should hang it up somewhere. It's just sad having to just sit in the storage unused. We might learn something here, maybe. A family photo, I saw feet under the table. Could be the three of them. Yeah, oh wow, that's a really good portrait, actually. Might be better than the other one. Ordinary future play tense. Wow. Okay. Okay. Actually got me pretty sad. Uh. Uh. She really is a lot like her mother. Yeah, let's calm down a bit before you... I can't even joke about that. Not with this show. Well, that energy disappeared pretty quick. Oh, friend over. Hello. Hello. I got Kyuu. I got Kyuu. I know it's a pun. It sounds like one. I'm not quite what it is. Sure what it is. Oh? How, what are we talking about here? Like, those are pretty important. But he might just penetrated through that barrier like it was nothing. That's all it takes. Well, that's quite nice. Not quite the pushing out of the way of an oncoming vehicle that I was expecting, though. Hime saves lives, just what she does. She saves me every week. And him, more to the point. Okay, let's hear it. Wow. He's... He's some kind of genius, I guess. Just not a helpful one. But yeah, it was a terrible idea. Oh. Oh. Well, okay then. Well, yeah, you're kind of self-employed, you kind of make your own hours, right? But, you know. Okay, it's good to know, I guess, but... Back to anniversaries. He's excited, though, so that's what counts. I guess if I had to. I see. Unfortunate Memories Club sounds amazing. Yeah? No, say it, whatever is on your mind. Yeah, well, I don't follow. Well, it doesn't help if you only tell her. I wanted to know too. Oh, 100th chapter. That's pretty cool, I guess. But nobody cares. Sad. Well, 100's a pretty big number. There's a lot of manga that don't make it that far. I guess it really is a magic number. Yeah, it would be kind of nice, wouldn't it? And again, nobody cares. Thank you. You're fired. Man, just turn that back onto him, and he's not a fan. Oh, wow. It just kind of became a wheel there. It's a good question, actually. Okay, what do you mean? Are we gonna have a cake surprise party? Oh. Okay, yeah, I feel much better now. Actually pretty... I guess it's nice enough. It's fine. Nobody really cares. So I guess there was something. Yeah, man, what's wrong? Are you making your own surprise? I couldn't read much of that. Don't have a heart attack, man. That was a short scene. I see. Back to hiding things. Oh, I saw it was the word kore. I don't think that's what it was, but don't scare the man like that. You need to stop talking, man. Yeah, let's stop, please. I'm sure that's not what it is. I'm sure she was trying to set up some kind of nice surprise for Dad. This is what it seemed like to me. Gonna go say no? Wait, no. Yeah, that's... What do you mean, Ahmed? Please clarify. You don't even know what you're talking about. Don't say that. I mean, it could be it, but... Now I'm definitely curious, though. What exactly happened here? I love it we had to add that in there. Like, well, if they have good taste, I can respect that, but still, no. So, yeah, I'm definitely curious what's going on now. It definitely seems like that is what it is, though. Oh, but that's a girl, though. Oh. Shh. Oh, okay. Nothing, just coworkers putting wrong ideas in my head. Don't worry about it. That they are. That was just an example, don't worry about it. Well, he misunderstood. That's why I told him not to say that. Yeah, what do you do for your birthday? I'm... I'm sure you could help. But most importantly, I'm sure he doesn't mind. We'll have a great party and it'll be amazing. Yeah, Papa's got this, don't worry about it, Hime. He's got coworkers that could have help if he had to. So how far away is her birthday? Hime, that's what I want to see. 30. Wow. It's a big number. Yeah, it's probably for the best. Are you cold, Hime? I guess the weather must be pretty cold at this point. What? I will not stand for this discrimination. Yeah, I promise that's not why I'm here. Oh, something more personal, more private? This is our little birthday party. He promised. He said he would do that. got, a, got a full circle of friends there. And she's at his place. Wonder what he will think of that. It looked like a lot of fun. I only saw about maybe 15 seconds of it, but... yeah. She looks concerned. Might be worrying that she's trying to take that new mother's spot. But... that should cheer her up. Yeah, I guess we got him too. I don't think it quite works that way. That's not okay at all. The ocean. So yeah, we're back at our flash forward bit. Pretty big difference, and I think you see the ocean in that one portrait too. So it must have happened. Must have been. Was clearly took place here. The things happened. I see. Well, now we know why he moved. For sale, yeah. I wonder how many title drops this show has in it. We did not, in fact, get a follow-up on the good news and bad news, so I was wrong about that. I would love to. Your lie in December, as opposed to your lie in April. I gotcha, I gotcha. So, that was the 8th episode of Kakushigoto. And this episode, we had to give our dog a name, which we were going to give it like a, tentative, temporary, provisional kind of name. But, yeah, Kakushigoto, he wasn't a big fan of that because, well, you got to give the dog a real name because there's a concern that the name will stick and then you can't call it anything else, I actually vaguely remember the one show, That 70s Show. I think it was initially going to be called Teenage Wasteland, but everyone referred to it as just That 70s Show, and the name stuck. That's kind of what came to mind when I heard this whole thing. So yeah, I gotcha. And apparently, yeah, he has first-hand experience with that because he has all these questionable titles for his own stuff that he makes. So yeah, this man knows what he's talking about. So at that point, it just became a matter of what do we call the doggy. However, what this led to was a bit of a misunderstanding because he like walks in there and is just like worrying, thinking about what to name the dog. And then she talks to the lady and she says, Gotoroku, which I guess she was trying to say something like, so you're... I'm not sure exactly what that translates to, but I think she was pretty much trying to confirm with her that she is, like, about to give a name to it or register the dog or whatever, something like that. And she misheard that as her actually, confirming with her that Gotoroku is the name that the dog's going to have. And she's like, wait, what? That's the name? Like, it's already decided? I don't even have to pick anything? And then she says Gotoroku again, and then Hime's just thinking, oh, I guess that's just how it is. Okay. My doggy is Gotoroku. Okay. Fair enough. So, just, yeah, kind of a silly, funny little misunderstanding from Hime, which, that can happen. She's a small child. It happens. So, one woman got a pretty big kick out of that. Just I think she even slammed her head against the table during that realization scene. So yeah, that's her dog's name. I couldn't imagine a better name. Gotta love Kakushi's brilliant idea of just handing in the rough draft as a completed work because that's as good as it gets. You couldn't possibly improve it. Anything you do to it is going to make it worse. So just, yeah, throw on the rough draft. They'll love it. But they didn't love it. They didn't love it at all. And it was pretty interesting how they were able to kind of tie this whole thing into something much deeper. The whole family situation and trying to move on with that, move past the rough draft and the rough draft being better and no way to get anything better in the future and just wanting to stick with that. They were drawing some very deliberate parallels between those two things, and that kind of hit fairly hard once I realized that, for sure. But anyway, we went back home, and Hime apparently has a new friend, like a transfer student kind of girl that's not good at making friends because she kind of bombed her self-introduction, Jiko Shokai, which is very important in Japanese schools. If you bomb that, then people might not want anything to do with you or bully you or whatever. So it's pretty important, and as a result, a lot of pressure can happen with it. So yeah, sometimes things just don't go very well. But Hime, being the wonderful Hime that she is, was able to just cut through all of that unapproachable aura and be like, hey, let's become best friends. I got a doggy. Want to come back to my place and pet my doggy? And that's pretty much what happened. Yeah, she came on over, after Hime saved her life, as she put it. And yeah, I was definitely imagining something much more dramatic when she said that, but they're children, of course. It's nothing that big of a deal. But yeah, new friend is great. The next scene was kind of sad because, Hime's got this day off because of Founders Day or whatever, kind of an anniversary celebration sort of day. And Kakushi's like, oh, this is horrible. I wish I could, stay home and play with her. It's such a perfect opportunity. And when somebody says, why don't you just do that? You can kind of make your own hours. What's the problem? The problem is Hime thinks he's a salary man, and you can't just come home on a whim, if that's your job. So even though he technically could do that, he can't because of circumstances he set up for himself. So it's a kind of weird tied knot of problems he has there, which prevents him from doing what he wants to do. It's quite sad, really. But this kind of transitioned to a whole discussion about anniversaries and stuff like that, and are they really all that important? That's the big question. But apparently he has his own little anniversary, like the 100th chapter, which it's questionable how many people really cared about that, but at least somebody put a nice little flash mob in the background to celebrate it. So yeah, it's at least something. It's at least something. So should be proud of that for sure. So the next scene, yeah, Hime was quite clearly keeping a bit of a secret here, which is no surprise for the show. It's secrecy, hiding things. That's the whole premise of the show. So it's nothing too surprising there. But yeah, when you walk into a room and your daughter's hiding papers and stuff, it's a bit of a red flag. You gotta be a little bit worried. What I thought it was just some kind of throwing some kind of party for him. I don't know what it could be, really. Maybe she did know about his manga and was trying to celebrate that 100th chapter thing. Something like that. I didn't quite know for sure, though. But apparently, some people have their own ideas of what was going on there, suggesting that maybe there was some sort of love letter shenanigans going on here. And, I don't think Kakushi was a big fan of any of that. But when he went to go talk to her the next day, she talks about saying no, and that really adds a lot of not proof, credence, is that the right word? It definitely makes him believe that that theory is correct, and he started to kind of offer his opinion on it, even though he didn't know what was happening. You should not say whether or not, you should not give your advice on a situation if you're just operating on assumptions of what's going on, because that could just lead to terrible things, which it kind of did, but it wasn't too bad. But still, yeah, he did not know at all what was going on, so he was supporting her decision to say no despite not knowing what she was saying no to. And then he actually followed her in order to figure out what was going on. And once he actually got to the point where she was like talking to someone like one-on-one, I was pretty close to believing that's what was happening. It almost got me, but then it showed it was a girl, and although I certainly thought of the possibility of it being some sort of Yuri thing, I kind of doubted it, really. And what it turned out to be was just a birthday party that she was rejecting, because if she goes to her birthday party, there'll be an expectation to invite her to her birthday party. And as usual, she doesn't want to have this big old thing that puts a burden on her single father here. And he of course he's not going to be happy about that. He wants Hime to have these fun celebrations and stuff. Definitely doesn't want her to hold back for his sake. And after a nice little talk, I think we were able to actually work through things there. And he even talked about having like 2 parties, like the one with the friends, one with just him. And that may or may not cause her to age twice as fast. That's still up in the air, but it certainly would explain why she's older in those flash forward bits. Maybe that's only like a year or 2 in the future. But anyway, we didn't get to see much of the birthday party she went to, but it looked fun. It definitely looked fun. Like, I do want to go back to that. It should be around here somewhere. Man, that scene was so brief, it was actually pretty difficult to find. But anyway, the party looks like a lot of fun. They all got their hats. They have pizza, I'm pretty sure. Very girly room, for sure. Like, obviously it's got some decorations that aren't usually a part of the room. But it's interesting, though, because this is like our first time seeing the room, but we see it in this party context, so subconsciously I'm thinking this is what the room always looks like, but it's obviously not what it always looks like. But I'm sure most of it's the same, like just the overall pinkness of everything. But yeah, it looks like a lot of fun, for sure. And of course, things are a little bit awkward when she got home, because Kakushi, he's got his like whole cooking teacher that he has, because he's got to learn to cook, there's no mother in the household to do that. So, but apparently the one cooking school thing he goes to is starting to really crack down on having single men go there, which is more than a little bit messed up, but at least they did have a reason for it. I don't think it's a very good reason to just avoid having a certain clientele, but it's their business, they can do what they want, I suppose. But she, the one lady, I forget her name, but she was more than willing to just come over for some private teaching of our protagonist here. And yeah, you could definitely see a look of concern on Hime's face. Like, you can tell she's kind of trying not to let it show too much, but she's just like, okay, I just walked home and there's this strange lady in my kitchen, and I've seen her once before at like a family event, so like, should I be worried about this, Dad? That kind of look. It was a great look. It was a great look. But yeah, like I said, after that we talked things through, and it's all good. It's all good. And in our flash forward bit, we actually got some more answers. We learned why he moved, because we've been kind of building up this mystery a little bit of the 2 houses and why they're so similar and why he moved and all that. But apparently seems to be kind of 2 reasons why he moved. Half of it being the inconvenient location for the kind of work he wants to do, and half of it's just it's a household full of those memories, and he just kind of running away from them. I think it's a little bit of both. I'm not sure percentage which one was a bigger reason, but that seems to be it. And there's not really much to say beyond that. But yeah, and that's the only real difference, that, as I said, was like they had the ocean in the background, and I'm pretty sure we saw the same ocean in the one portrait, so making it pretty clear that that's where that took place, although you could assume that. So yeah, I am a little bit disappointed that we did not get any more of that, good news, bad news sort of thing with the group. I was kind of hoping we would get that this episode, but oh well, it's not the biggest deal in the world. We got episodes left. I'm sure they'll tell us soon enough. They can't keep us in suspense for too long, you know. But anyway, yeah, pretty solid episode, I would say. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.